In our feature segment today, a couple of farms who have found big business in Mississippi. While our nation's dairies continue to struggle, Billy Ray Brown of Oxford and Butch Smith of Poplarville have found unique opportunities for success. Each farm has found its own niche market, but they both profit through on-farm processing and by selling products locally. Their stories put a new spin on the idea of old-fashioned family farming. Two Mississippi dairy farms are doing something many people said couldn't be done. In a tight economy, it's almost impossible to start a new business, particularly a dairy. But Billy Ray Brown of Oxford found a way to profit by thinking outside of the box. He explains what prompted him to sacrifice his full-time job building fences and start a dairy, even though he had never milked a cow before.
Never had in my mind ever to be a dairy farmer. I probably had beef cattle since I was 15 or 16. And all my life, I'd hoped I could do that full time. And me and my wife were at Walmart one night buying groceries and saw some organic milk. And noticed it like it was selling pretty good. But what got me was it came from Colorado. When you know, the big thing now, maybe not organic or this or that, you can label it a lot of different ways, but anything local. We see at our farmers markets, local produce sells outstanding.
And that's how the idea for Brown Family Dairy was born. They began selling milk in 2009, starting with 4 Jersey cows. Billy Ray, his wife Paula, and their children, Molly, Sarah, and Harris, all take part in the dairy. Molly says she loves living on the farm.
We have so much animals, we get to check on every day, feed them. It's great, I love it. Every day I come out there, they're right there around them. It's amazing. I help, I'll open the gate for them, and I'll count 1, 2, 3, and I'll say the names, and then I'll give them paper towels and give them the dip that you put on there and you clean it.
As business grew, the Browns expanded to milking 12 cattle. One of the most unique qualities is the milk comes in glass bottles, giving a nod to the old days when it was delivered door to door. Brown explains how stores and customers can purchase milk.
If they're a first-time customer, they'll pay a deposit on that bottle, along with the price of the milk, and they'll take that home. When they finish that, they bring the bottle back either to me at a farmer's market or to a store, hand them the bottle and get another one. They just basically buy their bottle the first time, and they bring it back every time and just exchange it. When we take milk to the store, we unload a load of milk and we load a thing of bottles.
Brown says he believes the bottles even give the milk a special taste. While Brown Family Dairy enjoys success in North Mississippi, a farm on the south end of the state has found its niche as well. In early 2010, Butch Smith and his family opened Country Girls Creamery near Poplarville. Smith talks about his dairy experience.
My dad's been a dairy farmer for about just a little over 30 years. Now, I never wanted to be a part of the farm, so I went to school. I became a nurse, but my girls began showing the cattle probably 4 years ago. So we were on the farm more, got involved in it more.
Smith says he and his family wanted to maximize the selection of value-added products. In addition to shipping 3/4 of the milk to a bulk dairy plant and delivering milk to stores and farmers markets, the Smiths sell other products. These include chocolate milk, sweet and savory cheeses, farmhouse cheddar, and plain and blueberry yogurt. In addition to buying products from the on-farm store, visitors can also tour the facility.
We do tours on the farm. I think our first tour was a smaller private school. We tell them, you know, where their milk comes from, what products can be made from milk, about dairy animals and the difference in dairy animals and beef animals. You know, what it takes to feed the animal to produce, you know, X pounds of milk. Then we show them what we have to offer in our storefront, what all we make here. We show them how we bottle the milk, how we make the cheese, and we allow them to see the cows being milked.
Smith says he and his father, Connell, take on the task of milking the 80-cow herd twice a day. The dairy was named Country Girls Creamery after his 3 daughters, Shannon, Lauren, and Gracie, and wife, Dawn, who also help on the farm. Dr. Lamar Adams, Mississippi State University Extension Dairy Specialist, explains that each farm has its own market because of location and size.
Location is the key, and what market demographic you're shooting for. Again, the Brown facility up in Oxford is very unique in that it is a small startup operation. Mr. Brown does use the old-timey glass bottles. The Country Girls Creamery that the Smith family operates down around Poplarville, there again, it was an established herd milking 80 to 100 cows, and they have more milk that they can meet the bottled or fluid milk demands, as well as having milk to make into cheese, and they're also selling butter products.
Though on-farm processing has worked for the Brown and Smith families, many areas cannot support this type of market. It's important for those interested to do their homework first.
The first thing they need to do is to do a market analysis. The Mississippi State Extension Service, through the Animal and Dairy Science Department and Ag Economics Departments and others, can help do those type of assessments to be sure that the market is there.
MSU Extension can also help producers make sure they have the proper equipment according to Health Department standards.
These facilities are regulated by the Mississippi Department of Health, just as any food processing facility would be, so they have been trained on how to properly pasteurize these products. Pasteurization is a heat process that eliminates harmful microorganisms that may be present in the milk.
Both operations obtain their own pasteurizers, which heat the milk and hold it at 145 degrees for 30 minutes. Then the milk is cooled down to around 40 degrees before it's bottled. Milk is tested regularly by Mississippi Department of Health to ensure safety. And as for the cattle, both farms ensure excellent living conditions. The cows are mainly grass-fed and given free range in the pasture, and Smith feeds his calves in separate stalls to give them the right portions. Both producers testify their farms could not operate without the help of family and friends. Brown says he's proud to offer farm-fresh, safe products.
Anybody ought to show up at my farm anytime, unannounced, and see how my animals are treated, see how our facilities are operated, and that's what sells milk. In my opinion.
Personalizing the product is what Smith believes to be one of the best parts of running Country Girls Creamery.
It's not just making a bottle of milk. I mean, we raise the cows from calves. We bred our own cattle. The genetics that they have are all something that we put into it. The land, the grass we grow. You know, it doesn't seem so much like work when you have something that you can tell about and be proud of.
And sacrificing his small fencing business for farming taught Brown that you can find success against all odds.
A lot of folks told me there's not a way, you can't do it, but if you want it bad enough, there is a way to do it. That's always been our goal, is to make a living farming and be at home. And it's worth it. And we sacrificed a lot, but I'm happier now than I've ever been.
Dairy Tales of Brown Family Dairy and Country Girls Creamery are the symbol of achieving success through old principles, proving the classic family farm is still very much alive. I'm Amy Taylor reporting. You can watch this story again on our Farm Week website at farmweek.msucares.com. We'll also have the contact information for the Brown Family Dairy at Oxford and the Country Girls Creamery at the Lumberton, Poplarville area.